Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, chapter 11, text 18. Tata urdham brahmacharjam garjan ajuhot prabhu prayoda sabda sahasram agnihotram akhanditam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Mother Sita entered the earth. Lord Ramchandra observed complete celibacy, performed an uninterrupted Agnihotra Yajna for 13,000 years. Paravarti Shloka, text 19. Smaratang hrudi vinyasya viddham dandaka kantaki sopada pallavang rama atma jyotiragattato. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. After completing the sacrifice, Lord Ramchandra, whose lotus feet were sometimes pierced by thorns when he lived in the Dandakaranya, placed those lotus feet on the hearts of those who always think of him. Then he entered his own abode, the Vaikuntha planet beyond the Brahma Jyoti. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The lotus feet of the Lord are always subject matter for meditation for devotees. Sometimes when Lord Ramchandra wandered in the forest of Dandakaranya, thorns pricked his lotus feet. The devotees, upon thinking of these, would faint. The Lord doesn't feel pain or pleasure from any action or reaction of this material world. But the devotees cannot tolerate even the pricking of the Lord's lotus feet by a thorn. This was the attitude of the gopīs when they thought of Krishna wandering in the forest with pebbles and grains of sand pricking his lotus feet. This tribulation in the heart of a devotee cannot be understood by karmis, jnanis or yogis. Devotees who could not tolerate even thinking of the Lord's lotus feet being pricked by a thorn were again put into tribulation by thinking of the Lord's disappearance. For the Lord had to return to his abode after finishing his pastimes in this material world. The word Atma Jyoti is significant. The Brahma Jyoti, which is greatly appreciated by jnanis or monistic philosophers, who desire to enter it for liberation, is nothing but the rays of the Lord's body. Jasya prabha prabhavato jagadanda koti koti suasesa visudhadi vasudhadi vibhuti bhinnam tad brahman iskalang anantang asesa bhutam govindang adi purusang tamam bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, who is endowed with great power, the glowing effulgence of his transcendental form is the impersonal Brahman, which is absolute, complete and unlimited, and which displays the varieties of countless planets with their different opulences in millions and millions of universes. Brahma Samhita 540. The Brahma Jyoti is the beginning of the spiritual world, and the beyond the Brahma Jyoti are Vaikuntha planets. In other words, the Brahma Jyoti stays outside Vaikuntha planets, just as the sunshine stays outside the sun. To enter the sun planet, one must go through the sunshine. Similarly, to enter the sun planet, when the Lord or his devotees enter the Vaikuntha planets, they go through the Brahma Jyoti. The jnanis or monistic philosophers, because of their impersonal conception of the Lord, cannot enter the Vaikuntha planets, but they also cannot stay eternally in Brahma Jyoti. Thus, after some time, they fall down again to this material world. Aruhya Kṛṣṇa param padam tada padanti adho anadvita smudangraya. Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. The Vaikuntha planets are covered by Brahma Jyoti, and therefore one cannot properly understand what those Vaikuntha planets are unless one is a pure devotee. Here, in this verse, is said, after completing the sacrifice, Lord Ramchandra, whose lotus feet were sometimes pierced by thorns when he lived in Dandakaranya, placed those lotus feet in the hearts of those who always think of him. Then he entered his own abode, Vaikuntha plant beyond Brahma Jyoti. In purport, Srila Prabhupada said, lotus feet of the Lord are always subject matter for meditation for devotees. Sometimes when Lord Ramchandra wandered in the forest of Dandakaranya, thorns pricked in his lotus feet. The devotees, upon thinking of these, would end. The Lord doesn't feel pain or pleasure from any reaction of this material world. But the devotees cannot tolerate even the pricking of the Lord's lotus feet by a thorn. This was the attitude of the gopis when they thought of Krishna wandering in the forest with pebbles and grains of sand pricking his lotus feet. This tribulation in the heart of a devotee cannot be understood by karmis, jnanis or yogis. Devotees who could not tolerate even thinking of Lord's lotus feet being pricked by a thorn are again put into tribulation thinking of the Lord's disappearance. For the Lord had to return to his abode after finishing his pastimes in this material world. So this person, a purport of Srila Prabhupada, here Prabhupada just hinted, this is the attitude of the gopis. Devotees, premī bhaktas, they cannot tolerate this thing. They cannot even tolerate the pricking of the Lord's lotus feet by a thorn. This was the attitude of the gopis when they thought of Krishna wandering in the forest with pebbles and grains and sand pricking his lotus feet. This is gopī-prema, gopī-bhāv. There are just 1-2 sentences Prabhupada has mentioned here, and we have to understand. Because this is question of pure love. Pure love. Krishna is the only object of love. No object of love is there. And that we can see, find in Vṛndāvana. Lagu Bhagavatamrita, Rupa Goswami has mentioned, Trailokye Prithvidhanya Jatra Vṛndāvanupuri Tatrapi Gopika Partha Jatra Rādhā Vidānama. That means Krishna says to Arjuna in Adi Purana, this is Adi Purana, O Partho, in 3 planetary systems, that planet Earth is glorified where Vṛndāvana is there. That Vṛndāvana is glorified because gopis are there, and among the gopis, my dearest one, Rādhā is there. Krishna says, because Vṛndāvana Dham has descended in this earth planet, therefore this earth planet has become glorified. And in Vṛndāvana, the gopis are glorified because among them my dearest Rādhā is there. So without Rādhā, other gopis cannot be the cause of pleasure to Krishna. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, Kaviraj Goswami has mentioned, Rādhā soho krīdā raso vruddhiro kārana. You have brought.
Rādhā soho krīdā raso vruddhiro kārana.
Ār sab gopigana rasopakarana. Ār sab gopigana rasopakarana. Krishnero vallabha Rādhā, Krishna prana dhana. Krishnero vallabha Rādhā,
Krishna prana dhana.
Taha binu sukha hetu nahe gopigana. Taha binu sukha hetu nahe gopigana. Chaitanya Charitamrita Kaviraj Goswami mentions Rādhā soha krīdā rasa vruddhiro kārana. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has also said, quoting Krishna's word, Tuhum lagi moro Vrajavāsa. Krishna says, I live in Vrajabhūmi because of you, O Rādhārāṇī. Tuhum lagi moro Vrajavāsa. The same thing is said. Radha Sakridara Sabuddhiro Karana. Because Rādhārāṇī is there, so Krishna manifests pastimes and enjoys and relishes the mellow. Arsava Gopī-gana Rasopakarana. The other gopis, they are the paraphernalias to help and to nourish this enjoyment and pleasure, helping in the pastimes. Krishna Vallabha Rādhā, Krishna Pranadhana, taha binu sukhayetu nahe Gopī-gana. Krishna Vallabha, the most dearest, Kanta is Rādhārāṇī, Krishna Pranadhana, whose life and soul is Krishna. Taha binu sukhayetu nahe Gopī-gana. Without that Radha, Krishna cannot get real pleasure. So, here Prabhupāda Maharaj says, this is the attitude of the gopis. They cannot tolerate even the pricking of the Lord's lotus feet by a thorn. This is the attitude of gopis. When the thought of Krishna wandering in the forest, pebbles and grains, sand pricking his lotus feet. This is the attitude of premī bhaktas, those who are in the mood of gopi bhav, premī bhakta, their mood. So that love, pure love, and Krishna becomes bound up with that pure love in the heart of such premī bhaktas. Therefore such premī bhaktas, they see Krishna in their heart, within and without, and they feel it, they see it, they feel it. Yes, Krishna is there. Though Krishna is supreme, supremely independent, still he is bound up with the rope of love of his premī bhaktas. He is submitted to his dear devotees. That is the nature of Krishna, because Krishna is very greedy to taste the pure mellow of that love of the bhaktas. Therefore, he himself becomes bound up with that love of premī bhakta. That is his nature. Simultaneously, Krishna becomes bound up in the heart of all such premī bhaktas, not in one bhakta. That is Krishna. Bhakta Vatsalya, this is the symptom of the Bhakta Vatsalya. He is very dear to his devotees and the devotees are very dear to him. Again, this is the activity of Hladini Shakti, pleasure-giving potency. This prema is the activity or play of Hladini Shakti. Therefore, this prema becomes eligible to bind up Krishna, the rope of love. This is the Swarupagata dharma, dharma prema. And the dharma prema is very wonderful, excellent. Aponi nachai prema, bhaktiri nachai. Aponi nachai prema, Krishniri nachai tini, nache kothai. Krishniri nachai tini, nache kothai. When the devotees, premī bhaktas, sing the glories of Krishna, sing his holy names, automatically they dance because of the love. So love dances, devotee dances, Krishna dances. Three dance simultaneously. Understand, Mr. Terry? No, you can't understand. This is prema, love. The love dances, devotee dances, Krishna dances, simultaneous three dance. This is prema. The heart of such premī bhakta is Vṛndāvana. And Krishna always lives in Vṛndāvana, rests there peacefully, blissfully. So, therefore Krishna cannot leave the heart of such premī bhakta. Do you understand? In Hari Bhakti Suddhodaya, Lord Hari has said that thing. Sada muktopi vadhasmi bhaktena sneharajjuvi ajitopi jitoyam tairobhasyapi vasikruta. Though I am supremely independent, eternally, supremely independent, still I am bound up with the rope of love of my premī bhakta. Who cannot be bound up, but he becomes bound up. Though I am unconquerable, ajito, still I am conquered by my premī bhakta. You understand? So relishment is there in both sides. Krishna has some relishment, and devotees have some relishment. Isn't it? Because it is reciprocal. So whose relishment is greater or superior? You don't know? Devotee's relishment. Do you understand? Devotee's relishment is greater than Krishna's relishment. Do you understand? That is what you should understand. What the premī bhaktas relish, Krishna cannot understand. Krishna cannot understand it. What is their relishment? Therefore, Krishna develops greed for it. That is the desire. To fulfill that desire, Krishna comes accepting the mood of bhakta as Gauranga Mahaprabhu, to understand it and to relish it. So in that sense, Kaviraj Goswami has written in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhakta prema roje dosa je goti prokaro Bhakta maroje dosa
je goti prakara
jato dukho jato sukho jyote ko vikaro
jata dukha jata sukha jate ka vikaro
Krishna taha samyako na pare janite Krishna taha
samyako na pare janite
bhakto bhavo angikare taha swadite Bhakto bhavo angikare
taha swadite.
Here Prabhupada Maharaj mentions, Lord doesn't feel pain or pleasure for any action, reaction of this material world, but the devotees cannot tolerate even the pricking of the Lord's lotus feet by a thorn. Understand? Lord had no such feeling. Lord doesn't feel pain or pleasure for any action, reaction of the material world. But what is the feeling of the devotees? Isn't it? When they think of, Krishna's lotus feet is so soft, much softer than the petals of the roses or lotus. Then that soft feet is wandering in this jungle of Vṛndāvana. Is filled with thorns and pointed rocks, pebbles. Are they hurting? Do you understand? They feel and they cannot tolerate. When they think of this thing, it's intolerable and they get so much pain in their heart. They faint. Yes, they faint. What is the feeling? What is the feeling of the premī bhaktas? You should understand. But Krishna, how can Krishna understand it? Krishna cannot understand. Therefore, He said, Bhakta prema rodedasa jagati prakar jata dukha jata sukha jata vikar Krishna taha samyakana pare janite bhakta bhavangikar taha svate. What the condition, what the feeling of a premī bhakta? What happiness or what distress he gets or what pain he feels in his heart, Krishna cannot understand it. Therefore, he accepts the mood of a bhakta, comes as bhakta rupa, in the form of a bhakta, to release it and to understand it. Therefore, Krishna came as form of a bhakta, that is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Do you understand? Otherwise, what is the need of Krishna coming as a bhakta? No need. In order to just relish the mood of the bhakta. You understand? So, then, attitude of the gopīs. Prabhupada, this is the attitude of the gopīs. There is a verse, 10th canto, that Krishna wandering in the forest, the pebbles and grains and pricking his lotus feet. There is a verse in 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, where it is said, gopīs things, jatte sujata charanam bhuruvang stanesu bhitasani priyodadhi mahikarkasesu tena tabi matasi tad bethadena kingsvit krupadir brahmatirthi bhavadayusang. This verse is there in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto. You have the gopīs saying, "O our most beloved Krishna, your lotus feet is so soft, much softer than the petals of the rose or petals of lotus. When we put your lotus feet on our breast, we are very fearful because it may hurt your such soft lotus feet. Our breast, as our breast is very hard breast, so we are very apprehensive. Such apprehension, fear we have. But you are wandering in this jungle of Vṛndāvana with such soft lotus feet. That jungle is filled with such thorns and sharpened pebbles. Are they not hurting you? Do you understand? That is their feeling. And what is this? What is the characteristic of this gopī-prema? That we should understand. This is here. Every person wants his own happiness, enjoyment, isn't it? Mr. Terry, you don't want to have your own enjoyment? Everybody wants, yes, isn't it? Everybody wants. And everybody has that desire. Yes, I want enjoyment. Yes. And this person is not giving me enjoyment. Isn't it? The wife demands enjoyment from the husband. The husband tells to enjoy. Why have you married? Why have I married you? Get out from here. You cannot give me enjoyment. Why have I become your wife? You cannot give me enjoyment. Get out from here. I like another husband. Everybody. And also, husband has that desire to get some enjoyment from wife. Yes, why have I married you? For two purposes. What you say? Little. Was little desire. Do you understand? If the desire is little, then that person becomes great. Do you understand? So, generally, people in general, they are selfish. But one is Mahatma is selfless. When some person will forget his own happiness, own pleasure, he will be elevated, very, very elevated. Who is completely forgetful, for his own happiness, own pleasure, most elevated person. Do you understand? But the devotees, premī bhaktas, those who are completely forgetful of their own happiness and pleasure, in order to give Krishna the all pleasure and happiness, how great they are. They are incomparable, they are worshipable by one and all, by whole world. Yes. If in the heart of the person of the devotee, there is the desire, the only desire how to give pleasure and happiness, all pleasure and happiness to Krishna. No other thing is there. Automatically, the desire of giving pleasure to himself will vanish. Automatically vanish. You understand? If you can have this desire in your heart. Otherwise, one cannot give up this desire of his own pleasure and happiness. If there is no desire for giving pleasure and happiness to Krishna. Otherwise, one cannot. So, in whose heart there is even not tinge of this desire of his own pleasure and happiness, his heart is completely filled with the giving happiness, pleasure to Krishna. Filled with this desire of giving pleasure, happiness to Krishna. How is he? He is worshipable by one and all, worshipable by whole world. Yes. Therefore, Uddhava sought the dust from the lotus feet of gopis. Otherwise, Uddhava, such very elevated person, personality, person, not ordinary person, very dear to Krishna, at last he says that thing. I want dust from this lotus feet of gopis, otherwise my life is useless. So, in Charitamrita we brought. Sarva tyaga kari kare Krishnera bhajana, Krishna sakhya hetu kare prema sevana. Sarva tyaga kari kare Krishnera bhajana, Krishna sukha hetu kare prema sevana. यहाँ के कहिए कृष्ण गाढ़ अनुराग, स्वच्छ धौत वस्त्र जैसे नहीं कोन दाग, अतएव गोपी गणेर नहीं काम गंध, कृष्ण सुख लागी मात्र कृष्ण से संबंध. Giving up everything, सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य. Understand? Last, most concluding instruction of Krishna. Sarvadharman paritejya mamekam saranam braja. Abandoning, giving up all varieties of dharma. All varieties of dharma. Desha dharma, jati dharma, kula dharma. Dharma of the country, dharma of your family, dharma of your community, dharma of your society. Understand? Even Veda dharma, Vedic etiquette, you understand? Giving up Vedic etiquette, even giving up shyness, lajja, shamefulness, dharja, patience, everything. Giving up their, kicking their own kith and kin, family members, home and hearth, everything, isn't it? They do Krishna bhajan. The gopis do Krishna bhajan. In order to give Krishna all pleasure, not for themselves. Not we'll get pleasure. No. That desire is not there. Krishna sukha hetu kare prema seva. Only for the pleasure of Krishna, they have given up all these things. Yaha ke kahiye Krishna gaad anurag, swachha dhauta vastra janne, nahi kondag. Nicely washed, snow white wash. This is snow white wash. White sheet of cloth, snow white. Even little bit black spot is not there. Similarly, in gopis' heart, there is no tinge of material lust. You understand? It's completely Krishna prema, love for Krishna, giving all pleasure, happiness enjoyment to Krishna. It is known as God Anuraga, very deep love. Do you understand? অতএব গোপীগণের নাহি কাম গন্ধ, কৃষ্ণ সুখ লাগি মাত্র কৃষ্ণের সম্বন্ধ। Therefore, there is no tinge of lust in gopis. They have established their relationship with Krishna only for Krishna's happiness and pleasure. Understand? This is Atma Sukha Dukhe Gopir Nahiko Vichar. Krishna Sukha Hetu Kore Sab Vyavahar. They never consider their own happiness and distress. Never consider. Never think of. Do you understand, Mr. Terry? Gopis never think of. Even in the dream they don't think of. Their own happiness and distress. Their all dealings, all activities are meant for Krishna's happiness, pleasure, enjoyment. Nothing else. This is Suddha Anuraga. Krishna lagi ar sab kore paritya, Krishna sukha hetu kore Suddha Anuraga. This is pure Anuraga, pure love. Only for the pleasure and happiness of Krishna, they have given up everything, even not considering their own happiness and distress. So, there is no tinge of lust in this heart of gopis. Otherwise, they cannot. If they would, that would have been there, they couldn't have given up Veda Dharma, Deha Dharma, Loka Dharma, Lajja, Dharja, Deha Sukha, Atma Sukha, Dustya, Arja, Patha, Nija, Parijana, Swajana. Understand my language? They could not have given up, couldn't have given up, barricaded it. Dharma of the body, Dharma of the society, Dharma of the country, state, their community. Even they cannot give up lajja, shyness, patience, their own happiness, even their own family, sons, daughters, kith and kin, couldn't have given up. Do you follow? So, that is sarvadharman paritejya. Giving up all variety of dharma, just surrender unto me. Engage yourself in my bhajan. So, many persons are there. We may see or find that they have given up everything. Yes, great renunciates. But if you analyze, they have given up everything to get something. That is desire of getting something for them. Do you understand? But that desire is not in gopis. That will get something, that desire nothing. They have given up everything only for the happiness and pleasure of Krishna, not for their own happiness and pleasure. This is special characteristics of gopī-prema. Gopī-prema. So, here we will see what is this attitude, especially the chief of the gopis, the Rādhārāṇīs. Krishna cannot understand Rādhā apana mahima kidrusam, the love of Rādhārāṇī. So in the core of their heart, core of the heart of the gopis, there is no tinge of lust. Only the thought of Krishna's pleasure and happiness there. So, it's Kaviraj Goswami has written like that. Gopikaro prema rudho bhavo nama nirmalo visuddha prema kabhu nahi kama gopi gana madhye srestha Rādhā ఠాకురాణి go. Understanding? ନିର୍ମଳ ଉଜ୍ଜ୍ୱଳ ରସ ପ୍ରେମ ରତ୍ନ ଖଣି। ପ୍ରେମ ରସ ଖଣି ପ୍ରେମୀର ପରମ ସାର ମହାଭାବ ଜାନି ପ୍ରେମୀ ପରମ ସାର ସେଇ ମହାଭାବ ରୂପା ରାଧା ଠାକୁରାଣୀ। ସେଇ ମହାଭାବ ରୂପା ରାଧା ଠାକୁରାଣୀ। ସେଇ ମହାଭାବ ହୋଇ ଚିନ୍ତାମଣି ସାର ସେଇ ମହାଭାବ ହୋଇ
চিন্তামণি সার
কৃষ্ণ বাঞ্ছা পূর্ণ করে এই কার্য তার। কৃষ্ণ বাঞ্ছা পূর্ণ করে এই কার্য তার। মহাভাব চিন্তামণি রাধার স্বরূপ মহাভাব চিন্তামণি রাধার স্বরূপ। ললিতাদি সখী তার কায় বুয় রূপ। ললিতাদি সখী তার কায় বুয় রূপ। The name of gopī-prema is Rūdha, Adhirudha, Rūdha Mahabhava, Adhirudha Mahabhava. Do you understand? Nirmala Visuddha Prema, spotlessly pure prema. It is not lost at all, no tinge of lust in it. And chief of all gopis is Rādhārāṇī. She is like prema ratna khani, like khani, mine, a reservoir of ujjvala prema rasa. Understand? What do you in English say? Ujjvala, very brilliant, loving mellow. It's like invaluable jewel. That's known as Mahabhava. She is the embodiment of Mahabhava. Rādhārāṇī is the embodiment of Mahabhava. Mahabhava hoy Chintamani Sar, Krishna Vansha Purna Kore. She fulfills all the desires of Krishna. You understand? All the desires of Krishna. Mahabhava Chintamani Rādhār Swarup, that is Swarup Rādhā. That is Mahabhava Chintamani, Lalita Sakhi, all Sakhis, girl companions, Sakhi Mandaris, headed by Lalita, they are all are expansion, Kaya Bhuya. So once I had explained Bhava, Raga, Anuraga, Bhava, Rūdha Mahabhava, Dhirudha Mahabhava, Modana Madana. Dukkham apyadhikam chitte sukhatvaneva vyajyate jastastu pranayat korsat saraga iti kityate. What is prema? Prema means the bondage of love, bondage of loving mood, bhava bandhana. Do you follow? The bondage of loving mood is called prema, between lover and beloved. Do you understand? Bondage of loving mood between lover and beloved is called prema, though there are all the reasons of becoming destroyed, still it is not destroyed. That is prema, because it's eternal loving relations. The body, mind and life of the lover. Because one with the body, mind and life of the beloved. Avinna manana. You understand? There is no difference. Such thought will come. When it is raised to that level, it is called pranaya. You understand? Pranaya. When pranaya becomes more condensed, it is called raga. In this raga stage, if devotee gets acute pain, much distress, still he accepts his great happiness. A great happiness. Tolerates everything for Krishna's pleasure in raga stage. One who is a devoted and chaste wife, do you understand? Chastity is there, devotion to her husband is there. If that chastity and patibhratya devotion will be polluted, that will be very painful on her part. Yes, understand my language? It will be very, very painful on the part of such chaste and devoted wife if her chastity will be polluted. If you put somebody in a blazing fire, he'll get so much burning pain, isn't it? Burning senses is very, very intolerable pain. Yes, these are the cause. Intolerable pain must feel. If somebody will eat with dreadful poison, he must feel intolerable pain. That's true. So, if the chastity will be polluted of a chaste lady, how painful it will be. It's more than that. But Vrajadevis, damsels of Vrajabhūmi, their chastity is polluted. They are condemned in the society, yes. Because they leave their household affairs in the dead of night, hearing the sweet singing of, flute singing of Krishna, they run for the jungle of Vṛndāvana. Thereby they are chastised, criticized in the society. They are all unchaste ladies, isn't it? Let's say, prostitutes, isn't it? Because, and they do everything, they accept everything, they tolerate everything. They don't care for it, because for Krishna's pleasure and happiness. And such criticism, and they have become polluted, their chastity is polluted, which is very, very painful on the part of a chaste lady. But for the gopīs, dancers of Vrajabhūmi, it is not painful. Rather, it is very pleasing for them. Tomar lagiya kolankar har, golay palite phari. They say, oh Syam, for you, we can, these all nasty criticisms are like a very nice garland for us. We can put on around our neck for you. But do you understand? What is their love for Krishna? Because therefore they have given up everything. Everything. Yes. And even they don't care for the pollution of their chastity and such nasty criticism. Do you follow? This is anurag. Santa, dasya, sakhya, vasalya, madhurya. 5 mellows, rasas, mellows. So when one is in the level of anuraga, in that stage, if he hears the name of Krishna, you understand? He or she feels, oh, So sweet it is. What sort of sweetness this word Krishna is formed? Huh? I have never heard such sweet song. He or she feels like that. He or she sees such beautiful form of Krishna, Shyam Sundar. He thinks, oh, such wonderful, but I have never seen such beauty in my life. And more one hears and more one sees, he develops great to see and hear more and feels insatiation. Do you understand? Insatiation. And it looks and appears every moment newer, different, pressure. Never old. This is anuraga. Do you understand? So Santo, Dasya, Sakhya, Vasalya, Madhurya, 5 men, chief mellows, rasas are there. So limit of Santo Rati is up to prema. Limit of Dasya Rati is up to raga. Limit of Sakhya Rati is up to anuraga. You understand? Sakhya and Vasalya, both. Last limit is up to anuraga. But limit of Madhurya Rati, sweet conjugal mellow, is Mahabhava. Do you understand? Mahabhava. So, ultimate, transformation of prema is Mahabhava. 2 types of nature. Do you understand? What is that? If somebody develops some relationship with Surya, with sun, then what does sun do? Sun dispels the darkness there. Isn't it? That's the first nature. First nature is sun dispels the darkness. If darkness prevailing there, dispels it. And second thing, do you understand? If some darkness prevailing there with that person, one who has developed relations with Surya, sun, the sun first dispels the darkness. Second thing, the sun bathes that person with his, with his rays. This is the 2 natures. Understand, Mr. Terry? 2 natures. 2 types of nature of sun. Similarly, the Mahabhava is like Nirmala Bhaskara, like a spotless sun. So what are the 2 natures here? Mahabhava. If Mahabhava arises in the heart of some premī bhakta, then the darkness prevailing in his heart is dispelled. What is the darkness? Darkness is desiring his own happiness and pleasure. Understand me? That is like darkness. Understand my language? That is darkness. If some sort of desire of his own pleasure and happiness, that is darkness, that is dispelled. That means there is no desire for his own pleasure and happiness. If Mahabhava arises in the heart of premī bhakta, this is first thing. Then second thing, what? Sujyaiva sosamandhi janamatra svabhava samparko tada bhavati tada mahabhava. Ujjvala Niramani, Rupa Goswami writes in that way. Second nature, is within and without, that person, devotee, becomes full of anuraga. Understand? Anuraga for Krishna. Understand my language? Try to understand. Don't become deaf. Achyutananda, you cannot touch it. Far away. Cannot touch it. So, the prema of Varsohana Videvi Rādhārāṇī is known as Adhiruda Mahabhava, and she is the embodiment of Adhiruda Mahabhava. Do you understand? In Madanakhya Mahabhava, there is a union, a combination of both union and separation. That is combination of union and separation in Madanakhya Mahabhava. During the time of union, both lover and beloved, the gate, pleasure, enjoyment, paramullas, supreme pleasure, supreme enjoyment, and time of separation, what is there? Acute pain. They feel the acute pain of separation, which is like intolerable heat. Viraha. This separation is compared to fire. So that fire is there, it's intolerable heat. They feel such intolerable heat, pain in their heart. Yes, in their heart. Pangs of separation. At that time, all sorts of, I was explaining the other day, this viraha, this separation is the topmost level of prema. Prema. That makes the prema a leaf. Otherwise, if there would have been always Nirvana union, the prema will meet its sometime death. So viraha gives prema a leaf. So during time of union, one kalpa appears, seems to be a movement. But during separation, one movement appears to be a kalpa, isn't it? This is there. As for example, for one Brahmaratri, one night of Brahma, how many years? You cannot calculate. You can calculate so long time. There is rasa dance. One Brahmaratri. But the gopis feel it's just like a flash of lightning. Check, finished. Such long period. But in separation, one jugayitam nimishena. One nimisa, one moment seems to be a long juga. Long juga. So in Madanakhya Mahabhava, as there are two things present simultaneously, union and separation, so you'll find there is the combination of poison and nectar. Poison and nectar. Wonderful combination of poison and nectar. Do you understand? So, in the last verse of SSGGSM, Mahaprabhu has said, that is quoting Rādhārāṇī's words. Ashlisyava padratang pinastuma odarsanat marmahatang karotuva jatha tathava vidadhatu lampato mat prananathastu saeva napara. What is English? Rādhārāṇī says, His, that Krishna, is my prananath, is the Lord of my heart, no other. He may embrace me, or he may kick me with his feet, or he may put me with intolerable pang of separation without giving me darshan. That lampata, that devotee, whatever he likes, let him do. But He is mine, Lord of my heart, nobody else. Huh? Krishna moro jivana, Krishna moro pranadhana, Krishna moro jivana,
Krishna mora pranadhana,
Krishna moro pranero purana, Krishna moro pranero purana, Hridaya upari dharo, seva kori sukhi karo, Hridaya upari dharo, seva kori sukhi karo, ei moro sodaro he dhyano,
Ei mora
কিবা অনুরাগ করি, কিবা দুঃখ দিয়া মারে, কিবা অনুরাগ করে,
Kiva dukha diyamare,
মোর প্রাণেশ্বর কৃষ্ণ অন্য নয়, মোর প্রাণেশ্বর কৃষ্ণ অন্য নয়, অকৈতব কৃষ্ণ প্রেম যেন জম্বু নদ হেম, অকৈতব কৃষ্ণ প্রেম যেন জম্বু নদ হেম, সেই প্রেমা নৃলোকে না হয়ে, সেই প্রেমা নৃলোকে না হয়ে. These are the words of Rādhārāṇī. The purport of these words are that Krishna mor jivan, Krishna is my life, Krishna mor pranadhana, Krishna is the most valuable asset of my heart. Krishna mor pranar purana, Krishna is the life force, do you understand, of my life. হৃদয় উপরে ধরো, সেবা করি সুখী করো, এই মোর সদা ধ্যান. I am always meditating in this way. I'll put Krishna in my heart and render all sorts of loving service unto him and give him all pleasure and happiness. This is day and night 24 hours my meditation. কিবা অনুরাগ করে, কিবা দুঃখ দিয়া মারে, মোর প্রাণেশ্বর কৃষ্ণ নয়. If that Krishna loves me, embraces me, or if he puts me in the most intolerable distress or unhappiness, kills me, whatever he likes, that Krishna is the Lord of my heart, nobody else. Do you understand? Who can say so? All conditional here. Yes. If he gives me all pleasure, happiness, he is my Lord. Distress, chalo, what sort of Lord? Put him in such distress and happiness. Leave him. But it's not so love. Whatever it may be, he is my Praneshwara, is the Lord of my heart. That Krishna, nobody else. Akaitava, this is Akaitava Krishna Prema. This Krishna Prema is love of Krishna, is Akaitava. Is not cheating, pure prema. Is not cheating prema. It is like Jena Jambunada Hema, a kind of Hema, God available in Jambunada, best type of Hema. Say prema loke na hai. You cannot find such love in this society of the people here in the metro. It is not available here. So purport is words of Rādhārāṇī, purport of these words of Rādhārāṇī is that Krishna is her pranakanta, most beloved husband, Lord of the heart, and she is his pranakanta, most beloved wife. Krishna gata prana. What to say? In English? She is Krishna gata prana. Her life, Krishna is her life. Do you understand? Krishna is her life. Krishna is the Jivan Sarvasva, is everything for her. Do you understand? As she says, my only meditation is to give all pleasure and happiness to Krishna, nothing else. Understand? You understand? My aim is to give all pleasure and happiness to Krishna. Krishna will be happy, Krishna will be pleased. But if that Krishna puts me in either happiness or distress, whatever he likes, let him do. As it pleases him, let him do. That Krishna is my life of my life, most beloved husband, and his happiness is only desire. I desire only his happiness. That desire of happiness, Krishna's happiness is my sarvasva dhana, is my most, let's say, valuable asset. This is the Swarup Dharma of Rādhārāṇī. Yes, Swarup Dharma of Rādhārāṇī. So at the time of union, both lover and beloved, they relish manifold, let's say, relishments. She is always desiring of Krishna's happiness, how to give all pleasure and happiness to the senses of Krishna. At the time of union, that is there, and they relish it. But at the time of separation, she feels sutibra viraha jantrana, acute pang of separation. Do you understand? Intolerable. Like burning in the fire of separation. Time of separation, viraha. Still, in that stage also, her desire is to give pleasure to Krishna. No other desire is there. In both the stages, Sambhava and Vipralambha, union and separation, Rādhārāṇī wants to give pleasure and enjoyment to Krishna. That is her only activity, only desire, nothing else. Do you understand? Therefore, this quotation is there. Jate sujata saranam muruvanstanesu bhita sane priyadadi mahi karkasesu tena tabi matasi tad vyadhite king sweet kurupadi vṛndāvana dhir bhava dayusang naha. Oh, my most beloved, dearest of my heart, your lotus feet is so soft, much softer than the petals of rose or petals of lotus. But our gopīs say, our heart, our breast is as hard as stone. No soft breast, it's very hard breast. When we put your such soft lotus feet on our breast, we are very fearful that it may hurt you. It may hurt you. But you are wandering in the jungle, in the forest of Vṛndāvana, with that such soft lotus feet. That jungle is filled with so many thorns and pointed rocks, pebbles. Are they not hurting you? Do you understand? You are our life and soul. We are always Thinking of you for your happiness, prana priyo, you are most dear to us, and your two lotus feet is much softer than the petals of the lotus. But when we put your such soft lotus feet on our breast, we think our breast is very hard. It may hurt your soft lotus feet. Therefore, we are very much afraid. You are our life and soul, prana kanta, most beloved husband. You are everything for us. You are the object of our love. We may give up our life, but we cannot give up your love. Do you understand? We may give up our life, but we cannot give up your love. Because your love is the only thing that we want. Do you understand? And to give you all pleasure and happiness is our all activity. The purpose of our all activity, soul activity, is to give you all pleasure and happiness, nothing for us. We want to keep you in the core of our heart. But this vidhi creates an impediment into it. What is that? We want to keep you in our heart, to embrace you very tightly, to give you all pleasure and all happiness, but there is the obstruction of our hard breast. Hard breast. Do you understand? Murari, understand? Depth? That is the obstruction there. Still, with much apprehension, thinking of the pain, you may get some hard pain in your soft lotus feet. We keep your such soft lotus feet on our hard breast. But with that lotus feet, soft lotus feet, you are wandering in this jungle of Vrajabhūmi, Vṛndāvana, which is filled with so many thorns and pointed pebbles. Are they not hurting you? Just thinking this thing. We are puzzled. Our intelligence is completely lost. We cannot think of. We are not so much pained because of the separation from you as we are pained in thinking your unhappiness. Thinking of your unhappiness. And the pain you may be getting in your soft lotus feet while wandering in this jungle of Vṛndāvana. Do you understand? What is that thought? This is thought here. Prabhupāda said, Lord doesn't feel pain or pleasure from any action or reaction of this material world, but the devotees cannot tolerate even the pricking of the Lord's lotus feet by a thorn. This was the attitude of gopīs when they thought of Krishna's wandering in the forest, pebbles and grains of sand pricking his lotus feet. This is what. Understand? The purport is that there are three things. Number one, the gopis are not so much pain, feeling the pangs of separation from Krishna, as they feel pain thinking of the soft lotus feet of Krishna, when wandering with that lotus feet, wandering in the jungle of Vṛndāvana, that the thorns and pebbles may be pricking him. Do you understand? This is number one. That means the gopis, even in the time of separation, feeling separation from Krishna, still they are thinking the happiness of Krishna. Understand me? Number one. Number two, how they are always thinking of pleasure and happiness of Krishna. This is the symptom, this is evidence here. They are saying that with much apprehension, very cautiously, we put your soft lotus feet on our breast, thinking that it may hurt you because our breast is so hard. That may hurt you. You understand me? That means always thinking the pleasure and happiness, even their breast is so soft, but they think that our breast is so hard. Krishna's lotus feet is much softer than that. It may hurt. This is the evidence how the gopis are only thinking of the pleasure and happiness, nothing for themselves. Third thing, it's a fact. When Krishna puts his lotus feet on the breast of the gopis, he gets pleasure. He gets pleasure, that's a fact. He gets pleasure. But gopis think Krishna may be getting some pain because our breast is so hard. Though he is getting pleasure. That apprehension is there. So what is the heart, and what is the mind, and what is the feeling of the gopis? You can understand. Understand? By their mind, body, speech, their heart, all their desires, all their activities, all their thought processes, everything is meant for Krishna's pleasure and happiness. They are always and completely Krishna Sukha Paratantra. What do you say? What? Subordinate to Krishna's happiness. You said that in English, all right, I don't know. Acha. So this is the Seva Sukha Aswadana Chamatkarita Parakastha. How the gopis are relishing, what to say? Seva Sukha, happiness, relishing the mellow of happiness emanating from rendering loving service to Krishna. Do you understand? That is what. Therefore, Krishna develops greed for it. What is that? What is their relishment? How can I know? I cannot know. So, in Rasa Rajani, the night of Ras dance, Krishna says to gopis, you have given up everything for me. Evam adarthodjatira lokaveda swanam. Oh, gopis, you have given up everything. Lok dharma, Veda dharma, Samaj dharma, even your family dharma, family tie, home and heart, family members, kith and kin, everything for me. For me. Madarte. For me. Me means the son of Nanda Maharaj, Nanda Sutta. For my pleasure. For my pleasure, you have given up all dharma, karma, kith and kin, Veda dharma, Loka dharma, lajja, shyness, everything you have given up. for me, for my pleasure. And this has very deep purport in it. It is not easy thing to give up everything. Is it easy? Not easy thing. Still, some may do it if he gets some peace out of it. Peace. Understand? Gita says, Tyaga Shanti Nirantaram. Gita says, Tyaga Shanti Nirantaram. Someone gives up everything, renunciates and gets peace, then he gives up everything. All right, he gets peace. Peace for whom? Peace for the person who gives up. Tyagakari. Ajanta. Understand me? So, here also we can see that if the person will not get anything, how can he give up everything? He gets peace, therefore he gives up everything. Tyaga Shanti Anantaram. So there is also desire for his own happiness. Yes, I'll get peace. Understand my point? But gopīs tyaga, gopīs renunciation, gopīs given up everything, but there is no desire for their own happiness. It is only for the happiness of Krishna. The first sort of tyaga it is. Understand my language? Renunciation it is. You understand? Gopīs renunciation, giving up everything, only for Krishna's happiness and pleasure. Nothing for themselves. Nothing for their own happiness and pleasure. No tinge of thought is there, such thought. So Krishna says, oh, for my pleasure, you have given up everything. For my pleasure. Yes. Another point is there. When gopis give up everything, they never consider anything. There is no consideration at all. They never consider that if we give up everything, Krishna will be happy. That such consideration is also not there. Understand me? Such consideration is also not there. And with this consideration, they have not given up everything. Yes. They do everything because of their pure love for Krishna. Krishnānurāga. Krishnānurāga. And this is the symptom of samartha-rati. Understand? Three types of rati. Sadharani, samandasa, samartha. The symptom of samartha-rati. Jadasyāṃ Krishna saukyārthameva kevalam-udyamah. This is the symptom of samartha-rati. That means the purpose of all their activities, even their renunciation, giving up, is desire for Krishna's happiness and pleasure. No other desire is there. There is no tinge of their own desire for own happiness and pleasure. In both union and separation, if they get some pleasure at the time of union, they think of the happiness of Krishna. Even time of separation, when they are burning in the acute fire of separation, burning themselves, getting so much acute pain, still they think of the happiness of Krishna. Understand? Both the stages. Therefore, Atma Sukha Dukhe Gopī-prema Kavichār. Krishna Sukha Hetu Chesta Sabhyavahar. So, gopis never think of their own happiness and pleasure in any condition, union or separation. Both the condition, they think of the Krishna's pleasure and happiness. This is the special characteristics of gopī-prema. Madartham. Krishna says, Madartham, for me, you have given up everything. For my pleasure. And it has also very deep purport in it. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan, Purna Brahma, completely full. To give up everything for Krishna is not at all impossible or rare. If somebody gives up everything for Krishna, You'll never sustain any loss, rather benefit is there, isn't it? Therefore, in Gita, Krishna says to Arjuna, Sarva dharman paritejya mamekam saranam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mukhishyami ma sucha. Abandon all varieties of dharma, just surrender unto me. Then he gives assurance. Assurance. What? If you give up all dharma, you may be thinking, you may be committing some pap, then I assure you, I will destroy all sinful reactions. Such assurance he gives. Otherwise, nobody can give up everything. Yes, assurance is there. Krishna has given us such assurance. So I may give up. Krishna has given such assurance. But here, gopī is giving up, they never wait for such assurance. Understand my language? This is what. So such assurance is there, so it is not impossible to give up everything. Rather, one will give up, he will get some benefit. Yes, yes. He will give up his own enjoyment, happiness, and in return, he will get transcendental bliss and happiness. So such exchange is there. So if this will be there, then there is also own happiness and pleasure. If I give up this thing, then in return I will get this thing. Understand? But when gopī is giving up, such thing is not there. Even such thing is not there. They never wait for an assurance from Krishna. Krishna, antam sarvapebhyo mukhishyami. He said that to Arjuna. But gopis never want that thing and they never wait for that. They give up everything only for the pleasure of Jasodanandana Krishna, son of Jasoda Mata, the Gopakula Chandrama, the moon of Gopa dynasty, Nanda Puakanu, son of Nanda Maharaj. Yes. And their most beloved Krishna, who is the everything for their life and soul. When Krishna is saying Madarte, for me, Krishna is pointing out his finger unto him. For me, you have given up everything. So, Krishna is Swami Bhagavan. But gopis tyag is not based on this point, Krishna is Swami Bhagavan. Understand? Not based on this point. Only Krishna, Nanda Pua, Krishna is son of Nanda Maharaj, he is Kanhu of Vraja, he is Ujjvala Nilamani Shyam, he is their most beloved, he is the life, our life, he is the object of our love. With that anurag, they have given up everything, gopis. No other thought is there. In the literature of the whole world, you will never find the evidence of satya. Is there? No such. Yes. This is the last limit of tyag for Krishna's pleasure, happiness. It's incomparable in 3 planetary systems. Understand? This is the love of gopī, gopī-prema. Understand? What Prabhupāda Maharaj writes one sentence. This was the attitude of the gopis when they thought of Krishna wandering in the forest, pebbles and grains of sand pricking his lotus feet. One sentence. Just develop this prema. This is the only thing required, and everything is based on this love, pure love for Krishna. Nothing else is there. That is the supreme perfection of really achieved human birth. Otherwise, this life is useless, useless, useless. Why are you surviving? Why? For what purpose? What purpose? Unless you get the prema, better to die, die, die. Therefore, Narottam Das Thakur says, Kenava Chai Pran Ki Sukho Lagya Narottam Das Kena Nagela Maria. For what sukha? For what happiness? Narottam Das Thakur will survive. If he cannot get this thing, better to die. Better to die. This is the goal of life. Understand? Bose Babu. Thank you. Prabhupāda ji Maharaj ki jai, Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Prema Purushottama Sachinandana Gauranga ki jai. Mr. Tail, why survive?
Just to eat glass.
That we eat stool? You want to survive to eat stool?
Not really, but I tend to do that.
Without that love, prema, Krishna prema, do you understand? No need of surviving, no need. Prema dhana bina vyartha daridra jivan. My life is useless. Without that prem dhana, that asset, prem, only asset. I am pauper, I am poor. Devoid of that invaluable asset, Krishna prem. My life is useless, useless. You understand? No need of survival, better to die. They cannot get it and have it. It's useless. Do you follow? Yes. Krishna is the only object of love. No object of love is there. Krishna is the only object of love. Put Krishna in the platform of love. And this love, gopī-prema, Rādhā-prema, that Mahaprabhu gives, prema Purushottama, Gauranga gives. So chanting this holy name, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Yes, what do you say, Mr. Terry?
So the gopis completely satisfied just loving Krishna. They have no desire.
No desire. Except giving pleasure and happiness to Krishna. They have no desire for their own happiness and pleasure. You understand? The love is selfless love.
One thing I was thinking
No
about.
consideration even.
I was thinking one thing that when one devotee in separation is chanting Maha Mantra, because Nam is non-different to Nami, then we have separation and togetherness at once in one container.
Yeah. I was explaining that day, I think yesterday. That is Viraha, isn't it? Yesterday. Yesterday. Viraha means, separation means, feeling pangs separation means union in the heart. Separation is outside. You understand? Krishna is not present with me as Krishna is present with Radha. He is not present with me. He is not present. I can find him. I feel pangs of separation. Then crying. Union is there in the heart. That is Viraha. Therefore it is topmost. The external separation, internal union. But at the time of union, Krishna is close to him. That means external union, internal separation. That is union.
Chanting.
Our
when
chanting
chanting?
is feeling pangs of separation, external separation, internal union in the heart. That's Viraha. Therefore, crying. Sunyayitam jagat sarvam Govinda virahena me. Sikhastaka Mahaprabhu said, Sunyayitam jagat sarvam Govinda virahena me. I see whole world empty. I see whole world empty because I cannot find Govinda. Govinda is not there. Sunyai Govinda virahena, feeling pangs of spirit. Govinda, I find whole world empty. But Govinda is there in the core of the heart. But outside, externally, is not there. That is Viraha. the pralamba bhava. With that mood you should chant Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
And
Hare.
this is crying of the soul. Soul is crying. Without seeing Krishna, everything empty. Movement seems to be long juga. Sunya, jagat sarva.
Govinda Virana.
What is that?
Yugayitam. Yugayitam.
Jugayitam nimishena, sakyusa parasai, sunyayitam jagat sarva, Govinda Virana. And that are symptoms. Tears will roll down from your eyes like torrential rain, and movement will seem to be so long. Juba, where is Govinda? Where is Govinda? I cannot see, and point. In one moment seems to be long juba, and whole world seems to be empty. That is Viraha. But union is in the heart. In the heart. Yes. Inside, core of the heart. Yes, Krishna never leaves that person, that devotee. Always there in the heart. Understand me? Steady. Thank you. Prabhupāda ji Maharaj ki jai, Samaveta Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Prema Purushottama Sachinandana Gauranga ki jai.